We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are here at the Nest at New Bremen High School where the Fort Recovery Indians will take on the New Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, and NKTelco. You're looking live here at the Nest at New Bremen High School. My name's Brandon Coverman. Glad to bring you the action here tonight in this MAC battle. First MAC battle for both of these teams this year. First, let's take a look at our guest, the Fort Recovery Indians this year. They come in here under second-year head coach Holly Gann, and they are 0-2 to start the season. They lost to two WOAC opponents, Western Ohio Athletic Conference opponents. They lost their first game 41-40 against Arcanum in overtime, game where they trailed early and they came back and ended up losing by one in overtime. And the second game they lost to a very improved Mississinawa Valley team over there in Union City. So they've lost to two WOAC opponents early. Only one senior on this roster, that's Maddie Guggenbiller. And it's a pretty young team, only two freshmen, a lot of sophomores and juniors on this squad for second-year head coach Holly Gann. Expect Kennedy Mullenkamp, Maddie Guggenbiller to be the leaders of these teams. They scored in double figures in that Arcanum game, so expect those guys to be a couple leaders tonight for Coach Holly Gann. On the flip side, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Crimson and Gold for second-year head coach Andy Timmerman got off to a great start here the other night, which you might have caught on NKTelco Sports. The Cardinals scored a really nice non-conference victory over the Covington Buccaneers, and that game had a big night for Marina Nelson, 23 points for the sophomore. When the Cardinals started out the season with a bang, with a great win over a very good Covington team. Played fast. Chloe Homan was in double figures. Abby Powers had a great game defensively, had 10 points, and they made up about 90% of the Cardinals scoring. Going to be interested to see here who really helps out and assists this Cardinal roster tonight in the scoring column. But the Cardinals did get a great win here tonight, and they're a team that is kind of a dark horse in the unknown MAC this year. You know, not really a clear favorite or favorite, so to speak, and the Cardinals think they can really do some damage or be a dark horse this year. And they certainly have the ability, and their path to getting maybe in the upper echelon of the MAC here starts tonight against the Fort Recovery Indians. So it should be a very good game here tonight. We'll flip it over to PA announcer Scott Fry, and we'll have the national anthem in the starting lineups, keys to the game here next on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back here to NKTelco Sports. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies, as they are bringing you tonight's starting lineups. Here's your Lady Indian starters. Number 3, Carly Niekamp, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 5, 5'4 junior, Callie Wendell. Number 10, a 5'10 junior, Sage Luthhold. Number 20, a 6-foot sophomore, Kennedy Mullenkamp. And rounding out the lineup, number 24, a 5'6 senior guard, Maddie Guggenbiller. Head coach of Fort Recovery is Holly Gann. She is assisted by Jeff Vaughn and Mandy Gerlach. And now, introducing the Emerson Climate Technology starting lineup for the New Bremen Cardinals. Cardinals 1-0 on the year, looking to make it 2-0 here on NKTelco Sports here tonight. Starters, number 2, a 5'7 sophomore, Marina Nelson. Number 14, a 5'5 senior, Abby Powers. Number 22, a 5'8 senior guard, Ella Pape. Number 23, a 5'6 senior, Allison Hayes. And rounding out the lineup, number 30, a 6-foot junior guard, Chloe Homan. The New Bremen Cardinals are led by head coach Andy Timmerman, assisted by Emily Mesher and John Storr. Thank you for Emerson Climate Technologies for those starting lineups. Now let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, let's take a look for the Lady Indians of Fort Recovery. They want to play their game, not let this game get away from them. They want to be able to control the tempo, control the pace. The Cardinals played very fast in their first game against Covington. They just want to relax, have fun. They dropped their first 2 games of the year, but now it's MAC play. You got to gear up here for MAC play. For the Cardinals, it's able to control the pace as well, be able to run that fast pace, really to also be able to stay out of foul trouble and to be able to rebound as well. Maybe not a lot of depth on the Cardinals side, even though they're going to be running a bit here tonight. Played very well that first game against Covington, and we are underway as the Indians win the tip. Ball tipped out of bounds, and the Indians have possession. Left side, it's Niekamp. Niekamp on the left wing, guarded by Hayes. Back out over to Wendell. Left side in Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp back in the corner, takes the quick shot, swish. Kennedy Mullenkamp, deep 2 to start us off here, and it's 2-0 Indians on the First National Bank first scoreboard. Right side, it's Marina Nelson. Nelson with that 23-point performance against Covington was our NKTelco player of the game. Triple teamed on the inside and a travel. And it's going to be a turnover to start for the Crimson and Gold. 2-0 for recovery on that First National Bank first scoreboard. Mullenkamp, a little taller, a 6-foot guard, bringing that ball up the floor. Pretty atypical, but see a 6-foot guard in girls basketball bringing the ball up the floor, but Mullenkamp does that nonetheless. Trying to get a little flex cut on the inside, and the Indians will turn it over here on this Thursday night, first day in December. As Powers brings the ball up over across the timeline. Nice exchange over to Homan on the inside. Foul and 1. Chloe Homan takes that ball to the basket and gets the hoop and the harm for Chloe Homan. That foul going to go against Callie Wendell. And Homan going to give the Cardinals a shot, take their first lead of the night. She dips the knees, fires, and hits it. Cardinals have a 3-2 lead on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. A little light backcourt pressure applied by the Cardinals as they walk the basketball up across the timeline. It is Callie Wendell back up over to Sage Luthold. Luthold trying to get it on the inside. Cardinals get the turnover. It's Powers. She weaves her way on the inside over to Pape. Pape, the lefty, takes the 18-footer, clanks off the iron. Offensive rebound. Powers sticks it back in. Abby Powers with the basket, and it's a 5-0 Cardinal run here after the Indians get their first basket on their first possession. Quick shot on the other end by the Indians. Shot no good. Cardinals get the rebound. It's Marina Nelson off to the races, and it's be tipped out of bounds. And you see the Cardinals run quickly. That's what they've kind of been doing this year. That was their identity, really, the first game. They went out and ran a lot and really wore out that Covington defense in that first game against the Bucks. Played very well, scored a very good non-conference victory to start the season. Powers on the inside, rattles it home. Abby Powers with 4 points, 7-2 Cardinals, a 7-0 Cardinal run after a bucket on Fort Recovery's first possession, and it's going to be a Fort Recovery turnover. With that first possession for the Indians, you'd think, man, this might be a good start, but ever since it's been all crimson and gold. They have been in control as Powers has the fake on the exchange to Pape on the inside. Homan for looking for positioning. Shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Niekamp. Left side, deep three, it rattles home, and that's what the Indians needed. Carly Niekamp with the triple. It's 7-5 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Pape with the basketball on the inside. Pull-up jumper, clanks off the iron. Rebound comes down to Niekamp, who just hit the three moments ago. Must have missed a substitution. Mia Hirschfeld is in the lineup for the Cardinals. That's a shot, it's no good, and it's going to be a foul against Fort Recovery there. We'll go against Niekamp. Nelson back in the lineup, and in for Fort Recovery is number 4, Eva Collig, 5'7" sophomore. 4:59 to go in the first quarter, 7-5. Cardinals ahead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Powers with 4 points, walks the ball up across the timeline. Cardinals trying to set that offense up on the elbow as they hand off, weave, and exchange, and Powers, shot no good. And it's going to be a foul. We'll go against Powers. She had a little bit of foul trouble early in that Covington game. And there's going to be a travel. Fort Recovery is waiting on that offense to set up, and it'll be a travel on Sage Luthold. Cardinals swinging around. It's right side, it's Powers. Back out over to Nelson, over to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld gets it on the inside. Trying to get the basketball over to Homan. Homan cutting to the basket. That shot is no good on the inside there for Hayes. And Fort Recovery catches a break. Missed opportunity for the Cardinals. Quickly, Fort Recovery trying to push it up. They give it up to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp looking on the inside, harassed by Abby Powers. Shot fake. Collig with the long two. Shot is no good. And Cardinals cannot corral the rebound. Pate back in for the Cardinals, and number 24, Maddie Guggenbiller, back in for the Indians. Mullenkamp, shot clanks off the iron. Homan with the rebound. Nelson back over to Pate, kicks it to the corner to Hirschfeld. Open to Hayes on the inside. She turns around, misses another bank shot on the inside. Hayes missed a few of those in the past few possessions. Tough going for her. Niekamp for three from that right wing, rattles out. As we've seen a little bit of a scoring drought in this ball game. And Cardinals take advantage of the 4-on-5. And on the inside, that's Marina Nelson trying to pick back where she left off on Tuesday night with a 23-point performance. Drive on the inside, blocked by Homan. And Fort Recovery will lose possession there. Nice defensive stand by the Cardinals. Powers back in. And 10 Sage Luthold back in for Holly Gann's squad. With coaches in their second seasons at their respective schools. Cardinals with the basketball. Hayes loses it, gets kicked away on the inside. Ball up ahead, Guggenbiller to the 3. It's have gone with a couple of those to start, but it's tips out on the Cardinals. 9-5 our score, 2:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Reads the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Here between the Indians and the Cardinals, MAC battle here, and Fort Recovery struggling to get it in. Powers tips it, and they're gonna say it went out on Mullenkamp. Nice play by Abby Powers. Just a scrapper. Goes and gets the basketball in any way possible. Yes, it is 9-5. Hirschfeld wide open, takes the shot from 19 foot out and misses it. Mullenkamp, the crossover. Mullenkamp goes to that right side. Fort Recovery seems setting up a lot of their offense from that right side. Kick it out. On the inside, Luthold, shot is blocked, and it'll go the way of the Cardinals as it tipped out last on Fort Recovery. Not very long breaks. These guys get on the Cardinal bench for Coach Andy Timmerman as Chloe Homan quickly back in as Hirschfeld heads to the bench. 1:54 here to go in the first quarter. Carly Niekamp goes to the scores table to check in here for the Indians at the next dead ball. Slip on the inside, Homan fouled going to the basket. Sage Luthold with the foul. It's a third team foul on the Indians. There's only one on the Cardinals as Chloe Homan heads back to the line for the Crimson and Gold. First free throw good. Cardinals doubling up the Indians 10-5 as Carly Niekamp back in now as Collig heads to the bench. Owen goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Owen with 5 now as basketball falls in the hands of the Indians after some pressure from the Cardinals. Trying to apply some delayed pressure, and it'll stay with the Indians. Hirschfeld, not a long break as Pape heads to the bench. Play about 6 deep so far, as Cardinals get the steal momentarily. And it'll stay on the floor, and now they will get the turnover as it's a jump ball. Powers gets the basketball up to Hayes. Hayes to Powers. Powers nearly double dribbled. Gets the ball up to Homan. Homan, Mullenkamp with the rebound. Under a minute to go, 11-5 Cardinals. Basketball on the left side. Back out over to Wendell. Wendell back out over to Niekamp. Niekamp over to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller on the right wing. Guggenbiller running through the offense. Back out over to Wendell. Down over to Luthold. Luthold trying to get it on the inside. Back up over to Wendell. 32 seconds to go. First quarter. Turn around, shot on the inside is no good there by Sage Leuthold. Powers with the rebound, weaves away on the inside, finds a teammate. Nelson on the inside, splits to the defense, shot no good. 16 seconds to go. Mullenkamp spins around Powers. Powers trying to get that basketball. Mullenkamp loses it. Niekamp, three, high arcer, nothing but net for Niekamp. Carly Niekamp with 6 points. And that ends our first quarter of play. After one quarter of play, our score, New Bremen 11, Fort Recovery 8. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, the beginning of quarter number 2 here between Fort Recovery and New Bremen. And New Bremen gets a steal to start the quarter. Powers just turns it right back over. Tough play for Powers, as it's 11-8 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Scoring breakdown: 6 points from Carly Niekamp, 2 from Kennedy Mullenkamp for the Indians, and there's 2 from Marina Nelson, 4 from Abby Powers, and 5 from Chloe Homan for the Cardinals as the Indians turn it back over. Powers brings the basketball up over across the timeline, 7:28 to go. First quarter, Pape gets a screen. Pape on the inside. Pape shot, good. The lefty, Ella Pape. That was a nice clean shot. This seemed like an old school type shot from Ella Pape. And she works her way in the box score. It's 13-8 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Basketball game floated around by the Indians. As they work around Collig, back out to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller back out to Niekamp. 6 points for her tonight. Mullenkamp near the beak of the Cardinal logo gets a screen. Mullenkamp back out over, gets the 3, shot no good. Off the iron there by Niekamp, trying to test her luck, who had 2 trays in the first quarter. We'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Friday, December 9th at 9 p.m. or Sunday, December 11th at 1 p.m. You can also catch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Cardinals with the basketball, loses it on the inside, does Hirschfeld. Mullenkamp takes the ball up, straddling the right side to the basket, gets cut off. Nice defense by Nelson. Mullenkamp misses, goes back up, but puts it right back in. No quit from Kennedy Mullenkamp. And the Cardinals quickly move up ahead. Hayes, shot off the iron, no good. Indians looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-2. Cardinals 1-0. Teams have not played a lot of games. There's some teams that have had 5 games in already. We've been playing for about 2 weeks. The Cardinals a little delayed due to their volleyball success. That ball stolen. Marina Nelson straddling the right side, turns around. Great defense by Mullenkamp. And it's going to stay with the Cardinals. Sage Leuthold back in the lineup for the Indians. Back for the Cardinals is Abby Powers. My name's Brandon Coverman. bringing you tonight's action from the Nest. We'll start the boys here hopefully sometime soon for New Bremen, but it's good delayed success as the Cardinal boys will play in Canton. We'll play Warren JFK for the state football title. Good luck to them as the shot's missed on the inside. Weak side rebound, Chloe Homan. And Homan with 7 points. Leading all scorers tonight, has half the Cardinals' points. Just about, at least. And it's a foul. Niekamp took it to the basket, but Hayes is going to be guilty of a slap on the arm. Her first, team second. And Niekamp leading all Indian scorers with 6. And swish for Niekamp. Trying to get her team back within single digits. And another one. It's high arcing shot. And they both, nice foul shots. Both swished. I don't think they had any sort of iron. That was just a pure form there from Niekamp. Nice shot. 15-12 our score. Cardinals ahead of the Indians here at the Nest as Hirschfeld back out over to Pape, left wing. Pape trying to direct the offense, back out over to Powers. 4:44 to go here to halftime intermission. Homan on the right elbow, back out over to Hirschfeld for 3. Shot no good. Mullenkamp with the rebound. Mullenkamp back out over to Niekamp. Niekamp gets that shot fake, and it's going to be a foul. Homan misdirected the Indian player, did not get that off clean, so a foul against the Cardinals. That's her first, team's third. Only 6 fouls called this first half. Neither team's taken a timeout yet either in this half at all either, so 15-12. Colleague off the inbound, in and out. Rebound down to Homan, harassed in the backcourt, and a foul is called. That'll be Niekamp's second, so a little bit of foul trouble now for the Indians, especially their best scorer so far here tonight. And kind of, if you're Holly Gann, kind of sitting there and thinking that's a silly foul right there in the backcourt. Kind of, I know close to your own basket, but 90 feet away from, or about 90 feet away from the Cardinals' basket. And it's not a great foul there if you're for recovery, not what you need right now. Powers down, nice pass. She threaded the needle there over to Allison Hayes. What a great pass by Abby Powers. 17-12, and Powers applying some great defense to Mullenkamp, not making her life easy, and I think she got away with a carry, but the Cardinals will get the turnover anyway. That was created by Abby Powers right there. What a great play by Powers on the defensive end, right after getting a great assist, and shot is blocked. As Fort Recovery is going to walk it up slowly. Mullenkamp to Leuthold. Sage Leuthold. This basketball up. Niekamp. Puts it up. Shot in the lane. No good there by Leuthold. Marina Nelson up ahead, streaking left side to Hirschfeld. It was momentarily stolen by Niekamp, but her foot was on the baseline. But Fort Recovery prevents a potential transition bucket for New Bremen momentarily as Ella Pape back in for the Cardinals. Coach Holly Gann wants the first timeout of the night. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll take it with them. Our score, New Bremen 17, Fort Recovery 12. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back here on NKTelco Sports. 3 minutes to halftime break. Out the timeout. Allison Hayes' shot is blocked. The Cardinals lead the Indians 17-12 here on the First National Bank. Think First scoreboard. Driving on the inside, and there's a foul going against New Bremen and Maddie Guggenbiller. The lone senior on this roster, standing at 5'6", will head to the charity stripe for 2 free throws. No JV squad here for the Indians this year, as the game we had before was the Lucy Raiders against New Bremen Cardinals, as Guggenbiller misses the first. Homan back in. Pape up ahead in transition. Shot no good. Homan to the basket, and Homan puts it in. Chloe Homan puts it in. And 9 points for Homan. Shot up, no good. Homan with the rebound, 2:07 to go. Homan pushes. Homan ahead, Chloe Homan. What a first half for Chloe Homan. She's in double figures. A 6-foot junior with 11 points. What a masterful first half for her. And Cardinals have their largest lead at 9, looking to extend it. A 3-on-2 break. Up ahead, Marina Nelson patting it. Scoop shot from the right side that she did a lot of times against Covington. Credit Abby Powers with another assist. 23-12 Cardinals, their largest lead of the night. Powers with another steal. And out on the baseline is for recovery. At least I thought. And it's going to stay with for recovery. Coach Andy Timmerman wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Reminder that all timeouts on NKTelco Sports this year is brought to you by our sponsor, Precision Strip. As we would like to thank our sponsors, they are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Koki Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, and NKTelco. Keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First. Starting lineup sponsor, Emerson Climate Technologies. This timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Player of the game, which I'll present to you at the end of the night, is brought to you by NKTelco, and our New Bremen Live View sponsor is Speedway Lanes. Also some other sponsors, Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securecom, and the St. Henry Bank. 23-12, Cardinals open up an 11-point advantage this second quarter over the Indians, as they've really taken some control here. As Mullenkamp gets the basketball in, trying to drive baseline against this Cardinals defense. Heads it up to Collig, and Collig kisses it off the glass, getting a much-needed basket for the Indians. It was 8 straight points for the New Bremen Cardinals until that bucket right there moments ago by Collig. Pape in the middle of the lane, and it's going to be 3 seconds in the lane. Pape was sitting there for a while. She probably got away with it for a few more seconds than they would have liked, but 23-14 our score. And Mullenkamp loses it in the backcourt. Sage Leuthold back in the lineup. Tough blow there for Fort Recovery. Really needed some momentum there. They got the basket. They got a defensive stand there and can't get anything out of it. Homan up. Shot no good. She goes up a second time and one. 13 first half points for Chloe Homan, looking to make it 14. Homan cannot connect on the free throw. Pape goes up, no good. Shot rattles around. Whose basketball will it be? It will be Fort Recovery's. 25-14 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. My name's Brandon Coverman. Here bringing tonight's action. First MAC battle of the year for both teams as Homan tips it out of bounds. A few tenths of a second rattle off. Trying to direct the inbounds. That's I'm going to call a foul against New Bremen against Marina Nelson. And maybe a displacement foul there. Carly Niekamp back in the lineup. She leads with 8 points, has 2 fouls. Be careful not to for Fort Recovery for have her pick up that third foul before the halftime break. Mullenkamp being harassed by Powers. Mullenkamp gets around left side, back over to Collig. Collig to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller drives on the inside, throws up a knuckleball shot, no good. Rebound down to Mia Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld up ahead, trying to get that basketball to Nelson, and she's blocked. No foul called, but it will stay with the Cardinals. Sage Leuthold back in for the Indians. Powers on the inside, shots off the iron, no good. 12 seconds to go. Mullenkamp's got to push, gives the ball up to Niekamp, back to Mullenkamp, left side, back over to Leuthold, over to Niekamp, 4 seconds. Step back, no good, and we head to the halftime intermission. Cardinals in control, up double figures, 25-14, heading into the halftime break. We'll step aside for about 8 minutes or so and come back with the first half stats and recap in the beginning of the fourth quarter, or the beginning of the second half. Here next on NKTelco Sports, our score: New Bremen 25, Fort Recovery 14. We'll be back here in a moment on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable reliable and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back here out of the halftime break here at the Nest at New Bremen High School. It's been an exciting first half of basketball that features the Lady Cardinals on top 25-14. Let's take a look at the box score from the first half. First taking a look for the Fort Recovery Indians. They were led by Carly Niekamp in that first half with 8 points. Eva Collig had 2 and Kennedy Mullenkamp had 4. On the flip side, for the Crimson and Gold, Marina Nelson had 4, Abby Powers with 4, Allison Hayes and Ella Pape each had 2 apiece, and then leading that first half was Chloe Homan, a baker's dozen in 13 points. After 1 quarter of play, our score was 11-8 New Bremen, and now the halftime score stands at New Bremen 25, Fort Recovery 14. So good first half, really, with the Cardinals just offensively, again, clicking after 55 points against a very solid Covington team that put up 25 in the first half. But a little more, still kind of the question that you had after one night of play is, who's going to be the scores outside Homan, Powers, and Nelson. Nelson's not necessarily cooled off. She has 4 points in that first half. She had 23 in that first contest against Covington. 4 from Abby Powers. Pape chips in with a bucket, and so does Allison Hayes. Homan took over that first half, though, nearly outscoring the Fort Recovery Indians herself by getting 13 points in the first half compared to the Indians' 14. So we're underway here in the second half, and for Fort Recovery, a much-needed start for them in getting a turnover. Going to the basket is Niekamp. Shot no good. Guggenbiller, weak side rebound. Maddie Guggenbiller works her way in the box score. 4th different Indian to score here tonight, and they cut the deficit to 9 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And there's a foul on the other end on Sage Luthold. Pape looking inbound the basketball. Ball tipped around on the floor. And the possession arrow is not working right now, but the people at the scores table indicating that it is Lady Indian basketball, and that it is. It's a turnover on the Cardinals. On the inside, Niekamp weaves in and out. Back out over to Luthold. Guggenbiller trying to go under the basket. Shot no good, and there's a foul. That's Allison Hayes' 3rd, so a little bit of foul trouble for Hayes as Mia Hirschfeld's going to go to the scores table and check in after this free throw by Luthold. And Luthold out and in. The 5th different Indian to score here tonight. Said there was kind of a lack of diversity in scoring for the Indians in the first half, and Guggenbiller and Luthold changing that narrative less than a minute into the second half. Luthold dips the knees, fires, and hits it. 4-0 run for the Indians to start the second half. They trail by 7. On the inside, Nelson, nice move to the basket, but too hard on the layup. Kennedy Mullenkamp loses the basketball, tipped out by Powers, and it'll be a sideline out of bounds for Holly Gann's squad. Well, tipped around by Hirschfeld, and it did tip off for recovery last. Niekamp didn't think so. I don't think originally, or just couldn't catch up to it, one or the other. But it'll be New Bremen basketball. 6:41 to go. First quarter, Powers tips the basketball, stolen, picked off Guggenbiller, and Guggenbiller's fouled. Powers knew it, tried to be aggressive herself, and didn't work there that time. It's her second, team second. Basketball over to Guggenbiller. She bounces off her leg, falls in the lap of Carly Niekamp. Niekamp getting around Powers. Niekamp to the basket is fouled. And that's another foul for Abby Powers, so she picks up 2 fouls in 1 possession. And again, we said one thing with Andy Timmerman's squad is the question of depth with this team, as Niekamp cans the first free throw, and there's 9 points now, and Abby Burden's going to get her first action of the night. And Niekamp hits another one. She's in double figures. 25-20, a 6-0 run to start the half for Fort Recovery. Burden's in, and she's fouled immediately, and seems to be okay, as that was that was Wendell, sorry, with the foul. Kind of a slow start, moving start to the first half of the Cardinals. 5 fouls called too. Hasn't really been any flow yet this half. They get 6 fouls called now. Did a game Saturday night between Russia and St. Henry boys. In the third quarter alone, 20 fouls called in 1 quarter of play. That's a feat I don't think I've ever really saw before, as Homan cans the first free throw. Eva Collig back in the lineup, as Homan cans the first free throw. She's got 14 on the night. Homan dips the knees, fires, and hits it. Homan with a game-high 15 now. Bremen applying a little light pressure. Molenkamp trying to drive to the basket. No good. Cleanup, and Fort Recovery red hot from the field to start. Niekamp gets that cleanup. She's got a dozen. Pape in transition. I don't know. She might have got away with a walk, and there's a foul. Tough break for Fort Recovery. I don't think Pape ever had her feet set before she went to the basket, but Pape will get a couple free throws at the line for the southpaw. Pape smooth at the line. Pape dips the knees, fires, and hits it. Nice stroke from the charity stripe for Ella Pape. Cardinals increase the lead back out to 7. Little man pressure in the backcourt from the Cardinals. Molenkamp gets a screen from Guggenbiller, brings up over across the timeline for the 6-foot point guard. Collig 3, well off the mark. And Hirschfeld just watch it go out. Not much flow to this half. It's been 2.5 minutes in this half, but we had a lot of whistles blown. 7 fouls called in this first 2.5 minutes. That was probably the amount total called in the first half. So really lacking a little flow to start this half. Hirschfeld on the left side. Hirschfeld over to Pape, left wing. Pape back over on the inside. Shot's blocked by Molenkamp. And Fort Recovery will come out of the pile with the basketball. Molenkamp going to go to the basket, drew some contact, and will shoot 2 free throws. Foul going to go against Pape. And again, we talk about, New Bremen talk about depth, and we haven't seen, any depth shown from Fort Recovery either. They've only played 6 girls as well. New Bremen just dipped in and got their 7th in, and Abby Burden, who played in the JV game, Mullenkamp hits the first free throw. She's got 5 now. 3 seniors for the Cardinals, Abby Powers, Ella Pape, and Allison Hayes has 2 free throws hit there by Kennedy Mullenkamp. She's got 6 now in the game. Indians back within 5. Pape. Basketball worked around to Burden in the corner, Hirschfeld. Ball broken up by Niekamp. It will stay with the home team. Sideline out of bounds for the Cardinals. Burden, top the key. Burden's got to go to her left. Burden back to her right. Back over to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld over to Homan. Homan slips to the basket. They're going to call a foul. That's Carly Niekamp's 3rd foul. So foul trouble now starting to really pop up. 9 fouls called through the first 3 minutes and 19 seconds of this 3rd quarter. Burden goes back out over on the inside. Throws up a shot by Marina Nelson. Colleague with the basketball. Back over to Niekamp. Transition, 18-footer. Clanks off the iron. And Hirschfeld gives it up to Mullenkamp. Misses the point-blank shot. And it's a wild fray. Niekamp steals it. Niekamp going against Nelson. Draws the contact. There's a foul there. Just made contact with her hands. And Marina Nelson. Tough position for Nelson to be in, but she did commit the foul. And Coach Andy Timmerman going to take a precision strip timeout. 29-24, New Bremen ahead of Fort Recovery. 4:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, 29-24, the Bremen Cardinals ahead of the Fort Recovery Indians. 10 fouls have been called, not even halfway through this 3rd quarter, and it's really kind of caused no flow to really start this 3rd quarter. But Fort Recovery, ever since halftime, has gone on a 10-4 run. Make that 11-4 after the made free throw by Carly Niekamp. So 6 points now for Niekamp. Or sorry, excuse me, that was... As actually, Mullenkamp gets the steal, takes it down. It's a 2-point ball game. The scoreboard has the points wrong there for Fort Recovery, as Niekamp has. As the ball's being tipped around, stolen up ahead, Mullenkamp, and we're tied at 29. What was an 11-point Cardinal lead has washed away here in just a little over 4 minutes. 13 points for Niekamp, as I was mentioning earlier, prior to the steal. There's 13, Mullenkamp with 10. Burden looking to get on the inside to Homan. And they throw the basketball away. No, they're going to say it stays with Cardinals. Saying it was tipped by Abby Burden. Abby Powers back in. (29-29), 3:03 to go here in the third quarter. Ball over to Hirschfeld. Shot clinks off the iron. Back over to Homan. Shot fake. Nelson. No good. Rebound Hirschfeld. Cardinals keep the possession alive. Nelson, 3-ball, no good. Rebound Fort Recovery looking to try to take their first lead since they had the first possession of the game. Has roared back from 11 down. Trying to take the ball on the inside. Niekamp shot no good. And Powers fouled. I'm going to go against Colleague maybe. No, that's going to go against Callie Wendell. Sorry, that's her third foul. Timeout Fort Recovery. A full timeout. All timeouts are brought to you by Precision Strip. Just gives you a reminder that some of our additional sponsors here on NKTelco are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meat, Speedway Lanes, and NKTelco. Keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First, Emerson Climate Technologies is our starting lineup sponsor. This timeout is brought to you by Precision Strip. Our player of the game, which I will select at the end of the game, is brought to you by NKTelco. Our new Bremen Live View sponsor is Speedway Lanes. Additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Cy Schwederman, Chiltex LLC, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school girls basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 and HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replay of this game Friday, December 9th at 9 p.m. and Sunday, December 11th at 1 p.m. Also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Out at the timeout, Cardinals go to the basket. It's Chloe Homan. Who would have thunk it? Chloe Homan. Another bucket, her first of the second half. She's got a game-high 17. Cardinals regain the advantage 31-29 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Out the timeout, Colleague tries to even it up, no good. Fast break, Homan straddling the right side. What's the call gonna be? It's gonna be a charge against Chloe Homan. Baseline official and the official out behind the pack looked at each other, nodded, and then gave the charge call. Player control foul, that's the second on Homan. No argument from Andy Timmerman's squad. Molenkamp trying to get the ball in. Cardinals got pressure, and there's a 5-second count. They get the, and they said Holly Gann gave a timeout. The official far away will give the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll take it with them. 31-29, New Bremen ahead of Fort Recovery here on NKTelco Sports.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Welcome back here on NKTelco Sports. 1:54 here to go in the third quarter between Fort Recovery and New Bremen. The Cardinals let an 11-point lead slip away. It was tied up there. Chloe Human bucket is the difference right now, making it a 2-point lead. Baseball-style pass picked off easily by the Cardinals in a foul, and both teams are in the 1-1 the rest of the way, as it's been a foul fest of a third quarter. That is the fourth on Carly Niekamp, so a tough blow for Holly Gann's squad. Sage Luthold back in the lineup. Free throw good there by Allison Hayes. Hayes with 3 on the night. Free throw short off the iron. Hayes with 3 points now. Molenkamp the basketball as the Indians trail by 3, but they'll turn it right back over as Coach Diana Kramer, coach of the state champion Cardinal volleyball team, gets the ball to go out of bounds. Hands it back to Chloe Human, who hands it to the libero of that team, Abby Powers. As Cardinals working it around on the inside, and there's a kick basketball. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Cardinals get it in. Ball over to Hayes. Hayes. Basketball out, goes back over to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld dribble driving over to Hayes. Hayes on the inside, throws up the shot, no good. Rebound down to Fort Recovery. Molenkamp driving on the inside, trying to drive against Powers. Shot no good. Rebound corralled by Hayes. Powers pushing the break up ahead. Nice find to Hirschfeld, and there's another, no, they're going to call a travel. We're going to say that Hirschfeld dragged the pivot foot there with 51.6 seconds remaining. It'll be Fort Recovery basketball. Camp will lock it up. Camp drives through a double team. Colleague throws up the shot, in and out. Molenkamp throws it up, no good. Ball tipping around, back to Molenkamp. 3 ball, good. That's Callie Wendell. Good time for a first bucket if you're Fort Recovery. We're knotted up at 32. And there's a double dribble. Good call by the official. It was a momentary stop there by Mia Hirschfeld, which the hesitation results, counted in a stop, so it is 32-32. What a change of events from halftime. It was an 11-point lead for the Cardinals, and that has evaporated since. And Fort Recovery's tied this game twice, trying to take their first lead since it was 2-0. Molenkamp gets the ball up. Luthold trying to get that lead well short. Weak side rebound, but the Indians not going to be able to get a shot off in time. We're all knotted up 32-32 as we head to the fourth quarter of action here on NKTelco Sports. Shaping up to be a good one. Stick around. We'll have the fourth quarter of action here next.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
The Who brings us back into the fourth quarter. Credit to PA man Scott Fry, always putting good tunes here on At the Nest. Another one of our fellow NKTelco announcers. He will be announcing the Cardinals state football final with another fellow NKTelco announcer, Michael Hearn, for K94. If you cannot make it to the game, and I think about all of New Bremen will be in that game. Good luck to them against Warren and JFK on Saturday as they try to go get their second title in 3 years. But first we have Cardinal girl basketball action to settle here. It's tied 32-32 throughout 3 quarters. That quarter was an 18-7 scoring quarter in favor of the Indians. As Bremen saw an 11-point halftime lead slip away. And we are tied in these last 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Buckle up, it should be a good one. Powers to the basket, trying to break that tie. Shot's no good, it'll go off the Indians. There was 13 fouls called in that quarter, compared to only, I believe there was only about 5 or 6 called in the whole first half. Pape trying to get the basketball in. Pape going long to Marina Nelson. Nelson had 23 the other night against Covington, only with 4 tonight. Has cooled off a little bit. Pape, right wing, shot falls short. Rebound, Homan on the inside. It's no good. Homan trying to go up again. Homan kicks it out. Pape again, that left wing, in and out. She was wide open. It was a good-looking shot. And she's got really good form. Just didn't fall for Pape. Good-looking shot, wide open as you want it to be. It's not a bad shot, just didn't fall for Coach Andy Timmerman's squad. Coach Holly Gann's squad looking to get their first win of the season. They played in an overtime loss to Arcanum. Wild shot thrown up, weak side rebound, Mullenkamp. And the Fort Recovery Indians had their first lead since it was 2-0. 12 points now for Kennedy Mullenkamp. To the basket, scoop shot, Nelson. We're knotted up at 34. Nelson says, you're not gonna have the lead very long, Indians, and we're knotted back up at 34. It's been a great one here at the Nest tonight. MAC battle between these two teams. Mullenkamp walking the basketball up. Pape dives on the floor, trying to get that, and they get the steal. Pape up ahead, Nelson all alone puts it in. Cardinals back on top, 36-34, and Nelson must have heard me. As I said, she's been a little quiet tonight. She gets 4 points here in about a minute span from each other. She had 23 that night, like I said, against the Covington Bucks. And it's gonna be a foul called on Powers. It's gonna be a reach. That's her 4th. So Mia Hirschfeld gonna come in. Powers will sit out. And really the leader of that Cardinal defense, that senior leader that Coach Andy Timmerman relies on in his second season. Coach Timmerman, a 2010 graduate of New Bremen High School. Spent 5 years at Russia. 1 year also as well as a freshman boys coach. Was also my high school math teacher, as I may have mentioned on a few of these broadcasts before, so. First free throw is good there on the 1-and-1. 17 fouls each right now, as it's 2 for 2 from the line for Callie Wendell. Wendell now with 5. Scoreboard has it off here. It's been keeping track in front of me, the point totals, as we're knotted up at 36. It's been a swing back and forth. Homan trying to break the stalemate, and she does. Chloe Homan, cash money from the right elbow. She has 19 points on the night. For covering a 5-out offense, and they turn the basketball over on the drive to the basket. Score still remains 38-36. He gets it over to Pape. Pape jogging up in the forecourt, left wing. Pape. Ball's going to tip and stay with the Cardinals. That's on the inside. Luckily finds Homan, and she caught a wave of Fort Recovery arms slapping down at the basketball. Some hit her and made contact, and she draws the foul, and will shoot 2. It's going to be against Colleague. That is her first. That's her team's 8th. So we'd only rather have it the line for Coach Andy Timmerman right now. As Homan dips the knees, fires, and I say that, and the announcer's jinx. As I apologize to the Bremen fans. Or fails as it hits off the iron. And she splits the pair from the line. Homan's got 20 now on the night to lead all scorers. Still a 1-possession game. Molenkamp, 6-foot point guard, bringing it up. Her and Homan been a nice matchup tonight. Homan's had a couple nice matchups at Carly Biesecker the other night from Covington against her. Wild shot thrown up there. Leaking on the defensive end is Marina Nelson, and she's in double figures now. Fort Recovery failing to pick up the trail girl. That's cost them a couple times down the stretch. Molenkamp, wild shot. Ball tips out. It's going to stay with the ladies in purple. They get the basketball, and it's Niekamp. 3-ball, no good. But they get the basketball right back. Colleague gets the ball swatted. Going up is Guggenbiller. Shot no good, but she will shoot 2 free throws. Homan's third, so something to keep note here for, really this game. Maddie Guggenbiller with 2 points tonight for the lone senior on this roster as she cans the first free throw at the 5'6" senior guard. Only 2 freshmen. Again, no JV squad this year for Fort Recovery. Number 10, Sage Luthold in as Carly Niekamp to the bench, and they're going to watch her with her foul trouble. She's been fantastic tonight as Guggenbiller will try to make this a 1-possession game. And she misses. Rebound falls down to Hirschfeld. Going to the basket, Nelson, yes! Nelson with an 8-point fourth quarter. She's got a dozen now. Marina Nelson has exploded after really being contained those first 3 quarters. Only had 4 points. Molenkamp on the inside. Molenkamp to the basket, trying to take over this game herself, but the Cardinals defense has been on lockdown mode these past few possessions. Pape up ahead, wide open Hayes. It doesn't get the lucky bounce. She was too far into the basket. Homan offensive board. Kicks it back out. Nelson not going to test her luck in the corner. Hirschfeld well short off the iron, and it'll tip back to Fort Recovery. 3:22 to go, 43-37. Cardinals on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. My name's Brandon Coverman, bringing you the action here tonight on NKTelco. Molenkamp trying to go to the basket. Gives it up, Colleague. Colleague looking to rotate the basketball. It's back out, Molenkamp, 3 minutes to go. And basketball tip. It's stolen by who else but Marina Nelson. She's got a fast break ahead, and that ball's tipped. Good defense by Fort Recovery to get back. Nelson's beat him down the floor a few times this fourth quarter. Guggenbiller is fouled by Ella Pape. Pape was trying to get the jump ball, but it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a 1-and-bonus opportunity for the Indians. The Indians will shoot double bonus the rest of the way out. Niekamp waiting at the scores table. For Guggenbiller, Abby Powers back in. She has 4 fouls, so something of note. Guggenbiller's foul shot no good. Homan gets the rebound. Shot, no good. Rebound gonna fall down to Fort Recovery. On their knees, Mullenkamp gets the timeout. Coach Holly Gann does. And all timeouts are brought to you by Precision Strip. I'd like to remind you of our additional NKTelco sponsors. They are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and the St. Henry Bank. Our New Bremen Live View sponsor, Speedway Lanes. Player of the game, which I'll pick at the end, is brought to you by NKTelco. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Starting lineup, Emerson Climate Technologies. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. And our keys to the game were brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. So, as we come out the 30-second timeout, here's the situation. 2:20 to go. It is New Bremen 43. Fort Recovery 37. It was an 11-point halftime lead for the Cardinals. They let that evaporate, and it was 32-32 beginning of the fourth quarter, but New Bremen has outscored the Indians 11-5 here in the fourth quarter. Chloe Homan leading the Cardinal attack with 20, 10 points from Marina Nelson. Basketball thrown away by the Cardinals. There's some contact near the basketball. It was incidental. Basketball tipped, and will stay with the Cardinals. Excuse me. 1:59 to go. So we're past that 2-minute mark. Left side. Cardinals with the basketball on the exchange. Powers loses it. Stripped away. It goes up to Mullenkamp. She's trying to push the break. Homan got to be careful, and she commits her 4th foul. It was Coach Andy Timmerman kind of saying, now I got another one with 4 fouls. It's 2 fouls. Her and Powers both with 4. 2 here for Kennedy Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp with a dozen tonight. Make it 13 now as she cans the free throw. Gets this game within 5. Coach Holly Gann shouting out the instructions after the free throw to her team after Mullenkamp's free throw. And she sinks it. Game's back within 4. Recovery, applied pressure. Cardinals get at it pretty easy. Recovery not fouling yet, as there's plenty of time still to go. 1:27 to go to be exact. And Powers on the inside, and she walked. So Fort Recovery will take that possession. They're going to start some subbing. Maddie Guggenbiller will come back in the lineup as Eva Collig will, Sage Luthold will head to the bench, as we'll start to see some defense and offensive trading maybe. You know, both these teams have only gone about 6 players deep. Mullenkamp looking to bring the basketball up. Gets a screen. Mullenkamp goes to the left side. Back over to Guggenbiller on the dribble drive. Loses the basketball. It's stolen by the senior Allison Hayes. Hayes working up ahead. That ball falls back to Fort Recovery. Did someone get a timeout? No. Let's go back to Fort Recovery side as Andy Timmerman yelling at his girls to slow down. They had the lead and didn't have a free breakaway. But the Cardinals went a little too fast there and will turn the basketball over right back to the Indians. We're under a minute remaining. Cardinals lead by 4. Mullenkamp goes back to her right. In the corner, Guggenbiller Guggenbiller gets a ball screen. Guggenbiller going to shot fake. Nice defense by the lanky Chloe Homan. Niekamp going to shot fake. Great defense from Hirschfeld. Mullenkamp's got to go. This is a long possession for Fort Recovery, who can't waste much more time. Wild shot thrown up. Rebound, and it's going to be a travel as Colleague hit the deck hard. I know that was about a 30-second possession for Fort Recovery. Great defense on the perimeter by the Cardinals, but just a long possession. They held the basketball with a minute going, trailing by 4. The Cardinals with the basketball. Hope Prowers on the breakaway. Can she track the basketball down? She does. Pirouettes the sideline momentarily. Man, she did her best. Oh, that was close. She did not keep the feet in bounds. Trying to straddle that baseline and almost had a breakaway, but her momentum brought him out of bounds. So Fort Recovery with the basketball, down 4. Mullenkamp to the basket. Mullenkamp spins around, might have got away with a walk. Ball spins around, back down to Hirschfeld. And Coach Amy Timmerman sees the horses in a race, and he calls a timeout, says, hey, slow down. And he's got those timeouts to burn. Good timeout called by the veteran Coach Andy Timmerman. And that's a 30-second timeout. All timeouts, again, brought to you by our timeout sponsor this year, Precision Strip in Minster, Ohio. Also various other locations throughout the United States, but Minster, Ohio in our NKTelco listening area, Precision Strip. Thank you for sponsoring those timeouts this year on NKTelco Sports. Again, a lot of action you guys can catch this year on NKTelco Sports. We have a lot of key motion schools in the MAC. They are New Bremen, Minster, and New Knoxville. In the Shelby County Athletic League, we have Russia, Botkins, Jackson Center. And also we have Sydney as another key motion school. Then we also, other schools of ours, Lehman, Marion Local, Anna, and Fort Laramie. So 11 seconds to go. And there's a quick foul on Marina Nelson. That foul going to go against Callie Wendell. That's going to be her 4th. That's the 19th foul. So the Cardinals will be in the double bonus the rest of the way with 9 seconds remaining. Some big shots up here for Nelson. She has 10 points, 6 of them here in the 4th quarter. Actually, she's got 12. She has 8 in the 4th quarter. Make it 9. Big free throw there by Marina Nelson. She's got 13 now. And Timmerman instructing these girls to get back so they don't commit any fouls, force the Indians to move up the floor quickly. And Nelson goes 2 for 2. 14 points for Nelson, 10 in the 4th quarter, and Mullenkamp had the ball hit off her shoe. Coach Timmerman's shouting out instructions, 9 seconds left, a 45-39 lead for the Cardinals on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Nelson gets it in, and the ball's taken away. Mullenkamp's got to stop and go quickly, and she'll miss the layup. Cardinals will dribble it out, and the Cardinals of New Bremen move to 2-0 on the season. A 45-39 victory for New Bremen as they go to 1-0 in MAC play on the season. Let's take a look and break down our box score here tonight on NKTelco. First, let's take a look for the Fort Recovery Indians. They had 2 points from Eva Colleague, 5 from Callie Wendell. They had 2 from Sage Luthold. Kennedy Mullenkamp had 14 for Kennedy Mullenkamp. 3 for Maddie Guggenbiller. Carly Niekamp had 12. Taking a look on the flip side for the New Bremen Cardinals, they were led by Chloe Homan with 20 points. 3 points for Allison Hayes, 4 points for Ella Pape, 4 points for Abby Powers, and Marina Nelson ends up with 14 points, 10 of those coming in the 4th quarter. And after our scoring breakdown by quarters, it was 11-8 Cardinals after 1 quarter, 25-14 Cardinals at the half, And it was an 18-7 scoring difference in the third quarter. Fort Recovery stormed back to tie that game up briefly, even took the lead in the fourth quarter. But down the stretch, the New Bremen Cardinals were just too much, winning a 45-39 ball game here tonight at the Nest. A well-played game on both sides. Indians started down, came back, but the Cardinals just too much in the end and moved to 2-0 on this very young season and get their first win in MAC play. And they go to 2-0. So before we leave here, we have some unfinished business to wrap up. We're going to name our NKTelco player of the game tonight, and our NKTelco player of the game tonight for New Bremen will be Chloe Homan. 6-foot junior forward, had 20 points tonight for the Cardinals, 13 of those coming in the first half. A very nice night for the junior Chloe Homan, who continues to be a force for Coach Andy Timmerman's squad here tonight as they move to 2-0 and get their first win again in MAC play tonight. And the Fort Recovery Indians, the Indians fall to 0-3. They will play Jay County coming up in their next game. I believe it's Saturday, so they'll head across the state lines and play their neighbors over in Indiana as they fall to 0-3 in the young season, 0-1 in MAC play. And on the flip side for the Cardinals, they're a nice 2-0, picking up a win against a solid non-conference opponent the other night and getting a win against a MAC opponent tonight, starting off 1-0 in MAC play. Their next game is scheduled Saturday against St. Mary's. I don't know if that's going to happen due to the Cardinal football team playing, but if not, their next home game, which you can catch on NKTelco Sports, is Monday, December 5th, against the Lincoln View Lancers, which you can catch here on NKTelco Sports. If you have a subscription, you can watch all the home boys and girls basketball games this year. Greg Burning and myself, Brandon Coverman, will be on the call for that game against Lincoln View on Monday. Should be a good matchup as the Cardinals look to keep up on their good start as they're 2-0 right now. So that'll do it for us here tonight from the Nest. My name's Brandon Coverman for the final time, wrapping it up here from the Nest. Our score, New Bremen 45, Fort Recovery 39. We'll catch you here next time on NKTelco Sports.